tetrafluoroethylene, otherwise known as Teflon. It's used in cookware, cars, planes, electronics, and now to make one of the best-selling balisongs of all time into an even better balisong? Introducing the Teflon Vulp. It's sleek, grippy, colorful, can open bottles, and can chemically withstand temperatures of up to 570 degrees Fahrenheit, unlike me. Just kidding. I can. We could not be more grateful for how the Vulp has been received. It achieved what we set out to do. Usher in a new era of affordable balisongs that perform well, are always available on places like Amazon, and aren't clones. The overwhelming majority of Vulp owners think that it's a great place to start your flipping journey. It checks most of the boxes a new balisong flipper would need, from the flipping performance to all of the accessories that are included in the box. But given that the Vulp was our very first balisong that we made all the way back in 2022, there was always going to be some room for improvement. The competition from the budget range has gotten significantly more competitive in the last year from all sides, especially from LDY and even Nabalis themselves. The LDY Orion is great, the Nabalis Canyon has a suspiciously good bang for your buck, and American-made options like the Mako V5 and the Squiddy AL are great trainers. Then of course there's the never-ending hellscape of possibly decent-looking balisongs that aren't actually that good, that all constantly have their names changing, making you question every single thing you thought you knew in the world. Thanks, Amazon. But I'm not bitter. You're bitter.
Bitter? I hardly know.
So with the competition really heating up, the next evolution of the Vulp was always on the horizon. And now, it's here. The Teflon Vulp was born out of Nabalis' desire to create a balisong with a twist that no one had ever done before. They spent a ton of time and energy trying to improve their tuning on all of their products, and when they asked us if we wanted to do a special edition Vulp with better tuning, I asked myself, is there something more we could do to give people more bang for your buck than just a better tune? Then Nabalis pitched the Teflon Vulp, initially in a neon yellow color, and we were extremely skeptical. We've used Teflon tape to help threadlock balisongs, but coating a balisong in the same thing you'd find on a non-stick pot or pan? In this economy? That had to be weird, right? Well, butter me up and call me a Brandon clone, because it worked great.
You're a Brandon clone.
Oh, you're a Brandon clone. I can explain. Nabalis had to completely rework how they make each Vulp. The Teflon coating can cause surface inconsistencies that make tuning much harder, so they use special masking screws that they have to put into every Vulp during the coating process to shield where the washers make contact with the handles to help make sure that the tolerances are precise as possible. And they have to do the same thing with the blade as well, which helps make the tuning process as smooth and efficient as it can be. And of course, a good tune almost always leads to a better balisong overall. And they've done an incredible job. And if you're one of the tens of thousands of people that have already bought a Vulp, or you're looking to jump into the balisong hobby for the first time, of course take our opinion with a grain of salt, we do literally make money from the damn things. We do really believe that this is a great place to start and a solid option to upgrade to. Especially with all the accessories it comes with, like the T10 Torx bit / pivot needle that makes tuning and reassembly so easy, replacement washers, bushings, and screws that are pre-coated to match the color that you ordered, thread locker to keep your screws tight, lubricant to keep it sounding and flipping well, a pouch to protect it, a full maintenance and tuning guide, and 2 Nabalis stickers. Specs-wise, it's the same as the standard Vulp. 6061 aluminum handles, a 420C stainless steel blade, T10 Torx pivot screws, steel Zen pins, a bushing pivot system, and phosphor bronze washers. Currently there are 5 colors: black, white, teal, purple, and pink. These choices were actually based on a bunch of polls that I did over on Instagram shortly after the white Teflon Vulp released with these really fun Pride stickers for Pride Month. Teal, purple, and pink were far and away the most popular colors. And we most definitely won't stop at just those. I can press the blood red Teflon Vulp button anytime I want to, but a little teasing never hurts.
Your hair looks weird.
Ow. Okay, no, that sucks. These colors actually took months of testing to get just right, as Nabalis tried to figure out what colors were actually feasible and repeatable. No one has ever done something like this before with the Balisong, or even a knife in general, so this is brand new territory for the whole hobby. So that naturally was going to take some time to perfect. And I hear what you're saying, wait, those colors kind of look like a rainbow. Won't looking at a rainbow make me gay? And our response to that is... what? Now that we've seen, felt, and flipped the Teflon Vulp, we're so glad that we took the time to perfect it. The colors really pop, far more than a standard metal finish or anodization ever could. Nabalis found that the pastel colors worked much better than the neon ones, and they fit the vibe we were going for almost perfectly. And the very vibrant colors make it much more public friendly since it looks way more like a toy than a knife. The feel in the hand is shockingly great. It almost has the feel of like a polished aluminum you'd find on like the Vulp Pro or Crack-A-Rackin', but a bit softer while being more grippy. Sort of similar to the feel of like a standard Squiddy or something that's been Cerakoted like the Ghost Crack-A-Rackin'. However, unlike Cerakote and other ceramic coatings, the Teflon on here won't crack into sharp shards when you drop it. It actually handles a beating surprisingly well, with the coating sort of denting instead of shattering. The durability is at least on par with the standard Vulp, and the coating helps make sure that those Zen pins aren't falling out anytime soon, hopefully. From normal flipping though, you can expect there to be some noticeable wear on the Zen pins and the Zen nipple. This happens on most balisongs, but it'll be slightly more noticeable on the Teflon Vulp. So the Teflon coating affects the grip and the color in some really cool ways. And while it's still the Vulp you may know and love, it's amazing how much the coating has affected the flipping. Yahoo! Bead-blasted aluminum balisongs like the standard Vulp and various Squid Industries products like the Mako aren't known for having amazing grip. We gave the standard Vulp as much grip as we could, but it won't be winning any Kids' Choice Awards for gripability. And neither will I. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, try it again. Yeah, grab me. What? Oh yeah, fuck you. Yeah, try it again. Grip me, motherfucker! Yeah! And I know, something used for non-stick cookware doesn't sound very grippy, but it'll really surprise you. It feels soft, but isn't slippery like a standard metal finish would be. It's really hard to describe, and it's something that you just kind of have to feel to really get. And as for the flipping, it's a solid improvement on the original Vulp. And the original Vulp is already a pretty good flipper. Chaplains in particular are much easier to do, which we think is due to the overall slightly higher grip from the Teflon coating. Yeah. So let's pick up another one in the middle of doing this and do a left-handed chaplain. Can I do that? Oh my God, yeah. Whoa! There it is. Brandon's leveling up. Oh my God, it's Will Hirsch thumbnail. I'm still going. The number of highly respected flippers that have tried the Teflon Vulp and said that it's way better than the original is pretty crazy. One of them, Oximity, just got 3rd place at the West Coast flipping competition. One of them is our Patreon supporter, Vaver, who is crazy good at flipping, and they love the Teflon Vulp. And we love our patrons, so consider supporting us over there. But thankfully, there's somebody perfectly concealed behind me that is much better at flipping than I am and much more qualified to talk about that, so go ahead.
Hi. Overall, the Teflon Vulp actually feels weirdly better than the original did, just kind of all around performance-wise. So far, I've found that basically every trick I try on this thing feels better than it did on the original, and I think that has a lot to do with the grip. The difference in grip this coating provides means that the Teflon Vulp performs fantastically in ladders, way better in chaplains, and the thing that stood out the most to me is its performance in giraffes. The giraffe ends in a reverse vertical ring finger chaplain, which is a mouthful, but also a relatively hard chaplain to pull off, especially if something doesn't chaplain well. So the fact that this does such a good job on that should show that it has improved significantly. Funnily enough, the Teflon Vulp has actually kind of become my go-to trainer at home when I'm trying to learn new tricks. The upgraded performance really makes it something that I'm reaching for more often than I would have expected.
Obviously, the Teflon Vulp has a specific feature, but I'm wondering if you have this feature, which is, can you withstand temperatures of 570 degrees Fahrenheit?
I don't think so.
Well, thank God nothing happened. So the flipping is already pretty solid, but if you want to modify it further, be on the lookout for Zippy's blade insert mods. Unfortunately, the standard blade inserts don't quite fit into the Teflon Vulp because the blade geometry slightly changed, but I'm sure you could imagine the crazy cool color combos that you could put together. And as we mentioned at the beginning, one of the biggest upgrades you'll feel right away on not only the Teflon Vulp, but the entire Vulp line as of late, is how much better Nabalis has gotten at tuning. Bushing pivot tunes are always tricky to get right considering each and every individual blade needs 2 completely hand-tuned bushings. A good tune means that the balisong will sound better, flip better, and require far less maintenance and far less tightening. And I cannot overstate how much better the sound is. Here's the sound compared to a very old first production run of the Vulp. Oh yeah. Now here's the Teflon Vulp. Hello there. So while doing B-roll and editing this video, I realized this is probably the best indication of how much better Nabalis has gotten at tuning. Here is a Teflon Vulp with no screws in it. I have completely removed the screws. Here's a tap check. Test, test. I promise I'm not adjusting the audio at all. Sound check. Here's a normal one with the screws in. No screws. There you have it. We're so pleased with it. The main goal here was to push the boundaries of what balisongs can be and offer a specific look and feel that hadn't been done before. But mostly, colorful flippy boy go. The Teflon Vulp is only $10 more than the standard model, which we think is great bang for your buck considering how much work goes into these. And the price should stay that way. Right? Right? If you already have a Vulp and want a slight upgrade or just some cool colors, the Teflon Vulp was made for you. And if you don't own any variant of the Vulp, but you're considering one, the extra $10 could make you love it even more than you would have originally. But I'm not gonna blow hot smoke up your butt and say this is a radically different experience than the standard one. The grip is slightly better, the flipping is a tad more consistent, but the fun colors are the main selling point. If you do want a radically different and much more premium experience, the Vulp Pro is still the highest end balisong Nabalis offers. And we're so stoked that so many people love it. Like, thank you. We've had so much fun with it. We love flipping it, and we're so glad that it's been so well received. Check out the full breakdown of the Vulp Pro right here. Right now, the Teflon Vulp is available on Nabalis.com and the ever lovely Amazon, and could even expand onto places like Blade HQ. And the pink, teal, and purple are a perfect color combo for a Desert Warrior collaboration, aren't they? Blade HQ. Wink sound effect.
Wink sound effect.
A wink sound effect.
Oh, wink sound effect.
And where does the Teflon Vulp go from here? We will for sure have more colors available down the line, so let us know in the comments what colors you would really love to see. For the moment, we'll only be doing one color instead of mixing and matching, since mixing and matching is a much more logistically complex ordeal. But logistically complex ordeals get more easy to manage over time, don't they? Don't they? If you own a Teflon Vulp, what do you think? As with any product we release, any and all feedback is welcome, whether it's positive or negative. We really strive to make things that are decently affordable, enjoyable to use, and consistently high quality. We would not be doing this if we wanted to sell you some horrible product that was going to be bad. That would be horrible for our mental health. But as with any product, it's not always going to be perfect, and as with any balisong, different ones will suit different tastes. So please let us know what you think of yours, especially what you think about how the Teflon feels in the hand, because it's been very interesting to get different opinions on it. And of course, there's several content creators that have made great videos about their thoughts on the Teflon Vulp, so give those a watch for a more unbiased opinion on them. Massive thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys help keep these videos entirely ad-free, even in the ones that are, admittedly, basically an ad. To get access to our private Discord, voice chats with Will and I, and tons of behind-the-scenes content, you can support us for as little as $3 a month, or join our VIP patrons and mods like Malv and Vever. We appreciate every single cent we get from you lovely, four-legged creatures. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take a bite out of this Balisong like Scruff McGruff took a bite out of crime. Sort of an oaky afterbirth.